wanashinda akiniambia Odi, ukishaona huyu mtu ni mnoma kukuliko, wewe kubali ni mnoma kukuliko, alafu sasa watu improve. Kubali huyu jamaa ni mnoma, alafu sasa watu improve. Cheza defense, watu improve yourself better. Now the unlucky thing na mimi nilikuwa na injury ya groin. Kuna nisumbua for time refu sana. Ilinibidi niende train na hiyo injury. Because sasa mimi unajua nilikuwa nishaanza kuona handball kama career sasa. Yaani sasa hata wachana academics. Unaangalia unafocus sasa na hiyo career ya handball sasa kabisa.
What advice would you give yourself if you were to go back 10 years from now or 20 years from now? What advice would you give yourself? Hello guys, welcome to this episode of the Active Plan podcast. We have a friend of mine, he's called Sangoro. Welcome so much, Sangoro.
Asante sana. My name is Apodosya Sangoro, former international handball player, former national team player. My former club here in Kenya was NCPB Cereals or Nafaka. Currently, I'm a coach, coaching Black Mamba as the head coach, and also I'm an assistant coach at Nairobi Water Ladies Handball Team. Yes, thank you.
Most of your youth life, you have been in handball. Could you kindly tell us how your handball life has been to the point where you have reached right now?
If I can remember, I started handball in 2002. That was way back then when I was in high school. I was introduced to handball by my uncle. His name is Kajita Nyuaya. He was also a former player of NCPB. He was a goalkeeper. And so there was just a day when we sat there and he introduced me to handball. Actually, when I was introduced to handball, it was a video I was watching. If you can remember back then, kulikuwa na hizi cassettes.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a game. It was a final match between France and Sweden. I guess it was a final match in 1998 handball championship. So I watched that video, and at some point I slept.
Yes.
And okay, he left me there, and then came back in an hour's time. When he came back, he was the one who was actually waking me up. And I can say that is how I learned about handball, but I never took interest so much because to me, I was used to playing football. That was actually what the sport I started with back then in the primary school. So the only challenge that I had with football was that my mother was not into it. So even going for training, she didn't want, and we got into a lot of trouble when I featured in those training sessions. When I come back home, it was war all around. So with the backing of my uncle, when he introduced me to handball, it was easier because somehow, I don't know, but my mom was easy with me participating in handball than my career in football.
Yeah.
And that's how I got myself into handball. In 2002, that was at the tail end of that year is when when I was in high school at Pumwani Secondary. They were starting that game, and I took interest. I said, let me, because I had seen it and somebody introduced me to it, let me try and see how far I can get with it.
Yeah.
And so I joined the school team. That was the beginning of my handball now. So I remember that year we went, because it was our first year, we lost almost all the matches. But we could see that in Nairobi, a little bit, there was no much competition. So if we could learn the game faster, probably it would be easier for us, maybe qualifying into the nationals.
There was not a lot of competition.
Yeah, at that time there was no. Okay, you could see by the margin that we lost.
Yes.
Being our first time.
First time.
Yeah, I remember there's a game we almost won, but we lost it. We played against it was Nairobi School, and we lost 12-9.
A margin of 3 goals.
A margin of 3 goals. Being our first time, we were asking ourselves, if we can train better, then it means that we can be able to win against this team.
Yes.
And so somehow that was the birth of our now being serious about handball at Pumwani now.
Yes.
Yeah. So come 2003, we were forced to reckon actually. I remember in 2003 we reached the finals of the Nairobi region, but we lost. We lost in the final match. But we could see that now somehow we are a better team than probably the previous year when we started. And with that kind of performance, it ignited something in us. And for me, actually, I could see myself now maybe pursuing handball than football. And I remember when that season lapsed, and in 2003, at the tail end, there was a tournament. I don't know what it was called.
Yes.
It was East Africa. It was an East African tournament. But being that we were not the finalists, we could not participate. So the final, okay, that team that won was Starehe. So Starehe participated in that event. And then it so happened that Aquinas High School were given a chance to participate in that tournament, just like an ushering in of Aquinas, as in just to try and popularize handball.
Yes.
Now in Nairobi. And being that Aquinas had started their handball team, they were given a chance to participate in that.
The Aquinas started their handball team earlier before Pumwani.
No. It was Pumwani, then Aquinas. Yeah. So Aquinas, I remember they started their handball in 2003 at the tail end.
Yes. So
they came, they were given a chance to participate, at least just to be able to see how handball is being played, and try and see if they can be able to crop their talent in that tournament. So I remember I was given a chance with Aquinas to participate in that tournament. So I played for Aquinas. We didn't perform well, but the kind of performance I gave in that tournament warranted, actually it gained me a scholarship to join Aquinas.
So now you're saying you used to play for Pumwani,
Yeah.
Aquinas had a chance to participate in the East African competition.
Yes.
They called you as an outside player to come and be part of their team.
Exactly.
You played well and you earned yourself a scholarship to study in Aquinas.
Yes.
Yes.
And that is how now I transformed. So I transferred from Pumwani to Aquinas. Yes. So back in, so because there was, with Aquinas, at that time, there was so much serious about academics. And so you see now I was going to Form 4. I had to repeat a year, so that in 2004 now, because I was in Form 3, I had to go back to Form 3 in Aquinas.
Yes.
Yeah, so that at least I could participate in at least 2 seasons. And also, it was an opportunity for me to also at least see that I improve my academics.
So yes, it was a total upgrade, totally from the handball side of the game and to also when it comes to academics. Exactly. It was like an upgrade where you are given a better opportunity to up your grades and also up your game. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, and so with the grace of God, of course, I took it with a lot of seriousness, yes, especially in terms of academics. And I remember when now we came to Aquinas, it was playing handball and also studying. And you see now, because there was a transition, so you see, as a student, it kind of affects you, because now you are trying to learn the culture of this school also. You are trying to learn how they relate with their teachers. And I came to learn that in Aquinas, how they were easy. How you relate with teachers. It was like you're kind of a mentor. You see, it's like your elder brother is leading you to the path of academics in a friendly way.
Yes.
Different from Pumwani. Because I remember, you see, in Pumwani, it was the kind of relationship where it's a teacher-student relationship, where there's a line you cannot cross with the teacher.
Yes.
Yeah, there's what lacked a little bit was that kind of friendship, which I got it at Aquinas.
Yes.
And it made it easier for me to improve my academics. And I can attest, even just reflecting back, that it made a big impact in me in terms of academics when I joined Aquinas.
Yes.
And so, of course, with also handball now, being that Aquinas was more, I can say they were exposing their team so much into these tournaments.
Yes.
And so we could play a lot of tournaments. It improved actually your performance, because now you compare yourself with the champions that you meet in those other tournaments.
You get a chance to play so many games in so many tournaments.
Exactly.
So your chance of growing, because of the
it becomes faster, and it also enhances. It enhances your thinking ability in terms of handball.
Yes.
Exactly. And so I can say in 2004, 2005, we featured in Nairobi. We were the team to beat.
Wow.
Yeah, in 2004 and 2005. In 2005, we were actually the team to beat at the national level.
National level.
Yeah, at the national level. But somehow we lost at the quarters. And the story behind it was we participated so well in the preliminary games.
Yeah.
And we suffered a lot of injuries. so that when it came to now the quarterfinals, the key players missed that in the quarterfinals, and so of course now in terms of performance, the team lost. Well,
in 2005
yeah.
Hii ndio time yenye ulikuwa unamaliza unafanya your form 4.
Yeah, that was the year I was completing my KCSE, my secondary journey, and it was actually the year that I also saw my talent grow up in terms of performance, because with finishing, or rather with completing my studies at Aquinas, I had a call up at NCPB.
Immediately from high school?
Yeah, immediately from high school.
Yes.
Because Aquinas was also participating in the National League at that time. And so they could be able to see how your performance is. And so with that, I got a chance to join NCPB in 2005.
Yes. And now, from the story that you just said, upgrading from Pumwani to Aquinas, umesema that it grows you overally in terms of academics and also and also sports. According to you, do you think participating in sports now, in this case it's handball for you, do you think sports has a direct impact in the performance of a student in class?
Yeah, of course. You see, with sports, for you to be able to excel in sports, especially, there's some qualities that you need to possess, or there's some features, virtues that you need to possess.
Yeah.
You need to be disciplined. That is one. Then one virtue that I always, in my conversation, that I always not fail to mention is humility.
Humility.
Yeah. So you need to be humble. You need to be humble and accept that you are not there, but with the passage of time, you'll be where you want to be. So you need to be humble, trust the process. You need to be consistent in whatever you do. You need to be committed. And those are virtues. If you hold as a sportsman, I believe the sky is the limit.
Exactly. Now, you have come to NCPB. That is where you groomed yourself into the person that you have grown into right now. How was the journey through NCPB?
Okay, the journey, I can say, was hot and cold. Yeah. There were moments of joy, there were moments of pain, of course. I featured in NCPB from 2005 to 2023.
Wow. Those are 18 years.
Those are 18 years, yes. And,
congratulations.
Thank you. And at the beginning, of course, you see, NCPB was a force to reckon. They were the title holders. And so we embraced that culture of fighting, having that fighting spirit. You can see from all the players that have come from Sirius, I can attest, because I've been there before and after. Those players that come from NCPB, they are a gem, of course.
Yes.
Yes.
And now, yes.
And now from, I can say, my journey from 2005 to around 2012, it was all cropped up with winning. So that you win the league year in, year out. You win the league year in, year out. Up and around 2012. Now, what happened, somehow in 2010, I landed a scholarship to go and because I was around 22, 23 there. I landed a scholarship that was sponsored by the Kenya Handball Federation in conjunction with also the Olympic Committee, Olympic Kenya,
Yes.
to go and learn coaching, handball coaching. You see, the minds of those who are in the Kenya Handball Federation at that time, they were thinking of how do we transform our teams, or rather our players, from the level that they were to maybe a higher level. And so they thought maybe by taking a few guys, individuals, who could show some potential in terms of playing, and also they were thinking of this crop of players, or they would at some point be into the coaching, what can I call it?
The caliber. You have the potential to be a coach.
Yeah. So such that now when you go and there is passage of years, when you come back, that knowledge you can be able to impact the generation that is coming up. And so we got a chance. I was not the only one. We were around six guys, but I was the fourth to go to Denmark. There was a guy who was called Lewis Nyaga or something. So he went. There was Brian Matthews who also went. There was Bigsen. I was actually the fifth. Then there was Victor Odwell, the current coach of KDF. KDF. Yes. And so I was the fifth to join them. But you see, when I went, Victor had already come back. Yeah. So the three were still there, and also I also joined them. So now the program was a 9-month program whereby you learn purely handball and coaching, and also a few tips on leadership, a few tips on managing a team. Yeah, that was what entailed. That was what was entailed in that course.
Yes.
Yeah, and so I went. That is in Denmark, because I was still young. I was in an academy that was Aarhus. The academy was named Idræt Højskolen, something like that. It's a high school academy kind of. Yeah. So we were there, learned a few tips in coaching, and a lot actually in terms of playing. So can I switch to
Swahili? Yeah. It's complete.
Ikafika mahali au makoch wa Denmark as we were playing, as we were training,
yes,
they could see potential in us, especially mimi nikiwa huko, Brian akiwa huko. Unajua Brian alikuwa ameshakaa karibu miaka 2 hapo hivyo.
Yeah.
So culture ya huko amezoea. I can say also communication. And understand Kidenish. So tukitrain hapo hivyo kidogo, coach wa academy akatuangalia, ama hao Afrika wawili wako sawa. Ningetaka hao Afrika wawili at least wa participate kwa hizi teams zetu, tuone vile wanaweza perform. Tuone vile wanaweza perform. And so there was an arrangement. Kuna team ilikuwa inaitwa Grena. Haikuwa karibu, lakini pia ilikuwa mbali. Ilikuwa distance yenyewe nikatoka hapa hivi mpaka Limuru. So tulikuwa tunatolewa hapo hivyo kwa academy, tunapelekwa kutrain na hiyo club. Kuficha tu kwa kwa hizo league zao, waone hao watu wanakaaje. And so ikawa vile walitu engage kwa hizo teams, hapo ndo handball yetu ilimprove, naweza kwambia. Ndio sasa unacheza competitive matches na zinafuatana. Weekend kuna hiyo game, weekend in between the week kuna hiyo game, alafu kuna training. Sasa unajua una train na academy at the same time una train na team. Because kuna time ile una train na academy of actually kwa morning hours, because you could wake up at 6, by 7 we are in the court, una train na academy. So from 7 to around 9:30. Alasa from 10 unaingia classes hizo za coaching. So from 10 to around kwa zinaisha 3, kulingana na hizo lessons vile zilikuwa. So hiyo ndio program inafika 3. From 3 sasa una relax, 6 mnakuja kuchukuliwa.
Unaenda sasa training ya team.
Unaenda sasa training ya hiyo team. So 6, by the time nafika huko ni 7. So 7 mpaka kitu 9 mna train hizo 2 hours na hiyo team, alafu mnarudishwa. So basically hiyo ndio ilikuwa ni kama routine ya tukiwa Denmark.
Yes.
Unaona sasa the hours you are training ni more, because unapata kutoka asubuhi maybe 2.5 hours, alafu tena jioni kuna ka 2 hours. So unaona hizi ni 4 hours na una train
intense
kila siku, Monday, Friday, weekend, the Saturday ni game, na probably in between kama Wednesday hivi ndio mnaweza kuwa na match nyingine, unaona. So maisha yako ni handball sasa. Handball, you're learning handball, you're playing handball. I can tell you by the time tuko tunamaliza 3 months, tuko watu wengine tofauti. In terms of handball and in terms of the way you executing, the way you're thinking, yani ili to transform kabisa.
Ili change to mentality yako overall about handball
kabisa. Mpaka ikafika mahali hiyo mwaka, unajua nilienda huko Oktoba. So tulitrain hiyo 2 months, alafu tukakuwa na break ya hiyo December holidays, alafu tukaresume January. By the time tuko na January, tukifika April, nakumbuka tukifika April, huyo coach wa academy akasema hawa watu, sababu alikuwa ameitwa coach team fulani, ilikuwa inaitwa Mosdai Handball Club ya Denmark. Alikuwa ameitwa coach hiyo team kwa National League. Nakwambia hiyo team, unajua culture Denmark, kuna hiyo main team ina participate kwa league. So kuna Div 1, kuna Div 2, kuna Div 3 hivyo. Ya hizo teams zao. So that wakiona una improve, wanakuweka unapanda. So akasema pana hawa Afrika wawili hawa nataka kwenda nao huko waende to trials.
Division 1 now.
Ilikuwa National League. Ilikuwa National League ya Denmark.
Wow.
Kwa National League ya Denmark. Tulienda ku train nao. Now the unlucky thing na mimi nilikuwa na injury. Nilikuwa na injury ya groin. Inanisumbua for time refu sana. Because groin injury isn't vitu zoka.
Yes.
Because change of direction, handball it's all about running and change of direction. So kidogo nikapata kwa injury. Ilinibidi niende train na hiyo injury. Because sasa mimi unajua nilikuwa nishaanza kuona handball kama career sasa.
Yeah.
Yaani sasa hata wachana academics. Unaangalia unafocus sasa na hiyo career ya handball sasa kabisa. Tukaenda, of course, tukatrain nao. Kulikuwa na hizo teams na sponsors, my friend. Now my sponsor, they normally attend those training sessions. Wanakuja tu, unaona kwa terrace wamekaa, wanaangalia team vile ina train, wanaangalia wachezaji vile. So they were invited to see, to come and see
now the two of you,
the two Africans who this coach is talking about.
Yes.
So walikuwa hapo, tukawa na hiyo training session. Of course ilikuwa 2 hours hivi. Ilikuwa vigorous, my friend. Vigorous training. Lakini kitu ili tu surprise ama ili tu amuse me. Naona tulikuwa around 5. 3, mmoja alikuwa anatoka Iceland, mmoja anatoka Poland, mmoja Serbia. Alafu na sisi the two Africans. So they were, yani ni kama mmeenda trials. The 5 of you, they are supposed to, wanafaa kuchagua. Na ni kama walikuwa na 3 slots. Zile walikuwa wanafaa kuchagua. Na tulikuwa 5. So it so happened, tulipo train tukomaliza, coach akakuja na good news. Kwambia mazi, hata wamebambika na vile mnacheza. Na wamesema they are impressed. But they are supposed to go. Of course, hiyo team kuna members wanafaa kae chini wa discuss, waelewane. Yani tukitoka hiyo mazoezi, yani tunaambia God asante, yani kama hao watu wanaweza appreciate talent yetu, yani unakaa una hope hao watu sasa ni contract watupatie. And so tukarudi kwa academy, coach akaturudisha. They went silent for a week, lakini hiyo wiki yani tulikuwa tuna celebrate. Mimi na Brian, unajua kwanza tulikuwa ni kama tulikuwa tunaishi kwa crib moja. Inakaka dome, lakini hizo dome zao bana
ni dome advanced.
Ni dome advanced. Nakaka hoteli bana. Ka room ya hoteli. So tukiwa hapo hivyo mazee, kama inaweza sema hiyo wiki bana, kama kuna siku tulikuwa tuna worship ni hiyo wiki. Mnaimba ni songs za gospel ndio zimetawala hiyo wiki yote. Mna praise God kwa hiyo opportunity. And so after, of course, hiyo wiki, the last Friday ndio coach alikam. Akuja atuambia, I have good news and bad news. So which one should I start with? Yeah. Start with the good news first. Akasema, the good news is they appreciated your talents, and at the same time they've only chose one out of you two.
Now hapo moyo inaanza kugonga. Ujui kama ni mimi ama ni
ujui kama ni mimi na ni Brian. But mimi vile tu alisema there is one,
you are happy
automatically. Hata nilijua yani nilikuwa na answer, because vitu zingine ukiwa sane enough unaweza, you can be able to tell. Brian was there for 2 years before I was there. So, and this was also another half year. So I'm there for 2.5 years. I'm a learn new language. I'm a learn system, culture. So aliposema tu one of you, nilikuwa nishajua.
Wewe ulikuwa na injury.
Mimi nilikuwa na injury.
Mimi nilikuwa na injury. Okay.
Yeah. So, okay, of course, the bad news is that, of course, one of you will not make it, but we can be able to see there is still time. Unajua ilikuwa around April.
Yes.
And my visa was expiring in June. So ukiwa ako ka hope unajambia tu sawa. At least brother ko mmoja ametoboa. So ni appreciate tu na kujaribu encourage.
Yes.
And so of course ilikuwa Brian and ikawa hivyo, so mi nikawa na injury. So unajaribu unanasi hiyo injury yako within hiyo period imebaki, at least uone kama unaweza pata ka team kabla hiyo time ishe. And so nakwambia hiyo experience ya kuwa umelandi contract nao asi experience fiti sana. Nakumbuka nilikuwa na hiyo period nilikuwa natembea na Brian, because unapata sasa ma sponsors wanataka kukuona, of course wanataka unajua nikao una brand hizo nini zao, so being that Brian alikuwa from Africa, the first from Africa, kwa hiyo team ilikuwa
it was a big thing.
Ilikuwa massive. Ilikuwa story kubwa sana. Tunapata au ma sponsors wanataka kuwa inaitwaje, wanataka kuwa associated na hiyo that story. So wanakuja wanakuinterview, pata kitu kaa hiyo, wanakuinterview, jaribu sana iko nafanywa kwa handball court. So unajaribu kuonyesha skills zile konazo, wanachukua hapo ka footage. Unapata hapo hivyo wamekuletea hizo manini zao, attire zao hizo. Ilikuwa experience fiti sana. Nakumbuka nikitembea na Brian, kwambia mtu wangu, umetoboa, ndio hii sasa umetoboa. Umefika.
Yes.
So of course ilikuwa fiti. Fast forward naweza sema between hiyo April na June, of course sikupata team, and so nika have come back mtaani. So when I came back, I remember hata before I came niliongea na Charles KHF, Charles Omon director, kanambia, you don't worry, you've done your best and God has seen. You just come back home. We will see. Probably another opportunity will come someday. Usi lose hope. Nakumbuka kidogo hiyo conversation ilinipatia moral. So nikarudi home. Of course nilikuwa na conversation pia na remember the uncle I told you.
Yes.
Kajutan Yuaya. At that time he alikuwa Finland. So he was playing also handball in Finland. He was living in Finland. And so nikampatia hiyo news. Niambia well haina noma, haina shida. You're still young. You still have a future, long inaitwaje?
Long future ahead of you.
A long future ahead of you. So we haina shida, we kuja, we rudi home, tutapanga. So nikarudi home, and of course when I came back in 2011, Nairobi Water walikuwa wameanzisha timu ya ladies.
That is 2011.
Yeah, that is 2011. When I came back around in June, July there, ndo nilirudi. And so of course walikuwa, they were struggling, wanajaribu form team, pia wanajaribu kuona on avenues to better their team, zile vitu wanahitaji kuimprove.
Yes.
So I got lucky in 2012. In 2012 ndo nikaitwa, nilipigiwa simu, one madam called Mary Msao. Mary Msao was a former NCPB player, but she was working at Nairobi Water. And so they were the pioneers of, they were actually the founders of that team, the Nairobi Water. Her, Caroline Kusa, and of course Jack, their head coach.
Yeah.
So how ndo wali form your team. And so in 2012 ndio nikapigiwa simu. That time Nairobi Water was employing casuals. And so I came, being that I was a qualified coach.
Yes.
And also the good thing ni kwamba before I went, I had graduated at Catholic University, BCom, accounting. I'd done accounting. So hiyo wakati they were employing casuals and they needed somebody who had a degree. And that's when Msao alinirifaa huko. So when I went there, of course qualifications nilikuwa niko nazo. It was so easy for me to be incorporated kwa hiyo team ilikuwa inachukuliwa. And so that is how nikakuja sasa nikaingia Nairobi Water. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, sasa hii period yenye umeenda Denmark umerudi, were you already part of the national team ama bado?
Yeah, when you see I went when my first call up the national team nilipata hata kabla niende Denmark. Yeah, in 2008. In 2008 I was still at Catholic University.
Yes.
So hapo ndo nilipata call up yangu ya kwanza. I went to, they were going to Egypt for easy African championships too. And so ilikuwa, I was the youngest for your team, I remember. And being that pia nilikuwa, my parents wako so much na studies, unaona? Wanataka usome. So ukifika mahali sasa sports kidogo inataka kuingia, ni kama ina disrupt kidogo, ilikuwa challenge. But so of course kwanza hiyo time nikiitwa ndio tulikuwa na exams, nakumbuka. Exams, so una hata mazoezi sababu ya exams huku. So for that it was a good experience, but I never managed to be in the last final list. Yeah, of course. I took it positively, being that also I was also engaged huku. So nikasema ni sawa, there is next time. So when I came back
from Denmark.
Yeah, from Denmark. I was still part of your national team. And I remember, by the way, in 2011, yeah, when I came back, they were going to Mozambique. And I was part of that team. So hiyo nili make to the final team.
I think the fact that ulikuwa umeenda Denmark na you've just said that the training is rigorous, you get to understand handball in out, dynamics za game, za coach, the technicalities, hizo vitu zote zilizo hapo. When you came back, of course level yako ilikuwa imefika point yenye na level ya handball in Kenya ulikuwa point yenye hauwezi kosa kuwa in the national team.
Of course.
How was the experience after umeenda Maputo?
Ilikuwa experience fiti sana. I remember, by the way, that team, the performance ile tulipatia na Maputo Mozambique.
Yes.
We had a best team. Ile mimi naweza sema since niingie kwa national team, ni feature kwa national team mpaka nikatoka, ile team ilikuwa the
Maputo.
best.
Yes.
Ni hiyo ilikuwa assembled kwa Maputo. Hiyo team ilikuwa okay, naweza sema ilikuwa na wachezaji quality. The likes of Victor, who the current KDF coach. Victor Oduol, there was Maxwell Zange, there was Victor Sierra, who is now coaching Strathmore. There was James Sagala. There was you remember Bruno?
Yes, Bruno. I
There
know
was
Bruno.
Bruno. Now there was Kaji Taniwaya, who is in Finland.
Finland.
There was Charles Kisili, who was at NCPB, and those are the kind of players. There was Brian Matthews. Those are that I can remember. David Odhiambo, remember David? Yeah, there's David Odhiambo. Hiyo team ilikuwa team nyingine strong sana.
Yes.
And I remember our first performance, we played against Angola. And you see, Angola is a force in Africa. That match, Angola walitushinda na bao 3 ama ni bao walishinda na bao 7. Yeah, walishinda na bao 7. But at some point ilikuwa hivi bao zilikuwa katatu. Inakwambia that kind of quality we had at that time. Ilikuwa fiti sana.
Now, the experience sasa umeenda Maputo, you put up this performance, uli carry forward, uli carry back now to Kenya pia in the national team, I mean in the club national league at NCPB. Umesha kutana na all these people. I believe such kind of exposure ikikuletanga, when you come back you feel the confidence inakuwa
exactly. Performance kwa national league of course inakuwa inabadilika
sana.
Yeah, because you see now you featured in the who is who. Yes. Kwa continent
Yes.
So that when you come back home you see unaona kama bado hawa watu hawajakufika. So in terms of performance hata ile whatever you are showing inakuwa tofauti.
Yes.
Because sasa zile unacheza, handball is involves attack and defense. Yeah. Sasa zile unacheza unaona huyu mtu kwanza hawezi nisimamisha. You have that confidence in you. Hiyo moral kwanza umejipatia. Yeah. Mtu hawezi nisimamisha. And then kwa defense pia unajambia mtu hawezi ni beat. Kama niliweza kudefend nani? Unaona?
Yes.
It comes automatically. Kama niliweza kudefend huyu jamaa wa Angola alikuwa mkubwa hivi. Huyu hawezi nihangaisha. Yani you have inakuwa tu automatic.
Yeah.
So that now when you come to feature in the league, class yako inakuwa tofauti of course.
Yes. Now hii ni yako, the performance umekuwa NCPB for 18 years.
Yes.
From the conversation we've had. And I remember hata mimi nimepata chance ya kucheza alongside you. And there is this time nimecheza, I put up some good performance, but the key things that you said after that game, tukishakuwa na ile pep talk, I remember you told me, okay, ulikuwa unaongelea team, I had a very good performance, na ukaniambia that yes, unaweza kuwa umeperform but tournament haijaisha. You need to be humble enough kujua that kuna game kesho, kuna game nyingine. So I think from the interaction yenye nimekuwa na wewe ilikuwa ni you are telling me that you need to be humble. When things get good, be humble. When things go bad, be humble in all of them. And I remember it was one of the best experiences playing alongside you and many people in NCPB, wale wenye nilikuwa nao, wale wenye wamekuja after mimi kutoka NCPB, they still look up to you because at the time of your retirement, someone like Chris Deco, someone like Snox Collins, these are the people niki interact now, you speak to them, unaambia mazee Todi ana retire bana, interaction yako ya handball na yeye imekuaje? Kaniambia kwa jamani mzae na understanding yake ya game iko very wide, and it is a gem that we have in the national league. Where having played there and being now a coach right now, I feel that you have been a gem in the league. At the point of retirement, will you handle aje your transitioning from now the active player now into the retirement?
Okay, let me just a little, draw you back a little.
Yes.
You see now, when I was almost retiring,
Yeah.
my role was leadership. Kwa hiyo team. At the end of the day nilikuwa nataka tu watu wawe pamoja, watu wana speak the same language, alafu watu wana respectiana. Hiyo tu. Because that is what I got from my predecessors. Wale watu nilikuwa hapo hivyo, they were like I told you, they were warriors. But kulikuwa na mmoja, I don't know if you saw him play, Maxwell Zange, labda hukumpata. Lakini that sasa ile role nilikuwa nacheza before I retired.
Yes.
Ndio ile role huyo jamaa alicheza all through, mimi nikimjua mpaka kawacha at NCB. Maxwell was a leader. Maxwell was a fighter. Maxwell was passionate about handball. Na nafikiria hiyo kutukuza pia ndio ilinifanya mimi pia nikawa na hiyo nikawa na hiyo ajabu. Alafu Maxwell alikuwa humble. Yeye alikuwa hawezi kudharau. Anaona talent yako, ana appreciate, ana encourage. Mimi naweza kwambia hiyo time yote nilikuwa hiyo time yao na time yetu mpaka nikawacha. Bado sijaona mtu amecheza kae in Kenya, sijaona mtu amecheza kae. So na alikuwa humble, alikuwa respect kila mtu. Na saa nyingine tukiwa na conversations na yeye alikuwa anashinda akiniambia, Todi, ukishaona huyu mtu ni mnoma kukuliko, wewe kubali ni mnoma kukuliko. Alafu sasa work kuimprove. Kubali huyu jamaa ni mnoma. Alafu sasa work kuimprove. Wewe cheza defense, work kuimprove yourself better. Wewe utajipata tu pia level yako ina. So that kind of role ile aliplay ndio ile mimi sasa nilikuwa na play before nitoke serious. And so of course you can be able to attest ya kwamba it impacted on a lot of talents, na pia nilikuwa najaribu to at the end of the day what I got is what I give and I try to exploit more.
Yes, now coming to retirement, transitioning from retirement to me, how was it for you? Was it a hard journey kutoka kwa game to?
By the way, it was not. And for me to retire, ilikuwa imefika mahali mwili naongea, mwili nakwambia kwamba sasa imefika wakati sasa unafaa ku retire. Because I can say the last 2 seasons. Actually, I was to retire in 2023. But I retired in 2024. In 2023, nilipokuwa nataka ku retire, the team manager akaniambia no, you cannot do it this way. Try at least give us one more year, one more season to retire. But at that point here 2023 nilikuwa nishaanza kufeel mwili na take time ku recover. See, when you train you expect by tomorrow mwili sha recover, so unaweza train tena. So lakini iko imefika mahali sasa you train tomorrow, you still in pain and you're training.
Kuna fatigue ya jana.
And you continue like that. So when it came to, you see now 2023 niko niamua nawacha we were to go with Peter Omondi, remember?
Peter.
So Peter retired before me. So vile walini request hiyo season nyingine moja, I said why not? Hii ni timu yangu nimekuwa nikicheza, wacha nijaribu. But that season marked a lot of nights where you spend with painkillers. Unaona? Nilikuwa natoka mazoezi, umetrain, mwili hajarecover. So kesho inabidi umeze painkiller ndio uweze kufanya nini?
Uweze kutrain.
Na nilifanya hivyo for a whole season by the what? I can tell you. Wife wangu ndo anajua. Umeza painkiller una train, umeza painkiller una train ndio uwe fit. So somehow, of course, sasa hiyo when I decided to retire, it was the body has spoken, but also your mind kama umefulfill.
As in you had prepared yourself.
Exactly.
Hakukuwa na a lot of struggle that you have something that you did not do.
Exactly.
You have achieved everything.
Nilikuwa mind imekubali.
Yes.
I remember I had some of the conversations na wife, namwambia hey, this time round sasa nikiretire nataka tu at least nitulie nionane na watu hii because the weekends imekuwa tu ni magame, so hakuna time ile uko nayo na watu hii pia. So at least 1 or 2 weekends unakaa na watu hii nini, unapiga tu story nao, piga maraundi nao kidogo.
On that note, by the family, how family imekuhold aje, umemanage aje kubalance family time na game time, ama imekusaidiaje ku transition? Umeniambia ulikuwa na will have conversation na yeye, but that aspect to your family, how were you managing to balance everything?
Like I told you, everything is all about commitment. When you're committed to something, you just plan. You plan yourself. Because but you were there working after work. Because I was employed at Nairobi Water, I need to go and train the ladies team. So from around 3:30 to 5, niko na hiyo the ladies team. Then sasa nilikuwa natoka mapema kidogo. When you see program ya handball ni kuna vile umepangwa, kuna warm up, kuna nini, kuna the actual thing you're supposed to do. Then kuna inafika mali you have a game session, and then after the game session kuna hiyo warm down. So when it came to where now we have a game session, hapo ndo nilikuwa naji excuse. So napata natoka hapo hivyo naenda sasa Doni, sasa naenda training ya serials. Training ya serials probably kwa naanza kitu 5:30. Hapo so from 5:30 to 7 uko na serials, mmaliza toka hapo unarudi mtaani. So ukirudi mtaani watu hii ile time uko nayo ni kidogo, unapata 2 hours, around 1 hour hivi kidogo. Alafu
so in a way your family it played a very big role in your success.
Exactly. Especially my wife.
Yes.
Nafikiria hiyo time sasa ndio nikuje into being a family man or being a husband. Yenda ku encourage, enda mazoezi. Umechoka saa nyingine wazee, lakini anakuambia you still want to win the league. So mazoezi lazima ufanye. So
ni kama anakucheck
because she's okay, but all I can say that she saw me at the time when I was in pain. Sasa ile tuna lose league because unaona tulikuwa na drought ya kitu 2013, between 2013 and 2018 hatukuwa na league, hatukuwa tuna win league hiyo time, unaona. And yeye alikuwa anaona vile nilikuwa na suffer hiyo time Nairobi Water walikuwa nashinda. So yeye alikuwa anaona vile nilikuwa na suffer, haikuwa inaiga, yani najiambia na talent niko nayo, nimeenda majuu nimerudi na bado tunashindwa aje. And so of course unajua hiyo kulikuwa na transition hiyo period kwa serials. Kuna wale wachezaji walienda walikuwa very key, walienda wakaacha. Sasa ndio ni kama tunajaribu kushikana. And so kwa hiyo kushikana pia results haikuwa fiti, so mnajaribu ku take in a lot of other talents, ndio mnajaribu kujel mtengeze team. And so it took that period. And so vile nilikuwa nikicheza from 2018 tukishinda league, akamwambia wewe unataka kushinda league, so kama unataka kushinda league mazoezi tu lazima upige. So kidogo ilikuwa inani encourage, being that you have somebody who kidogo akiona umelegea na
I think I can say the same because my wife still does the same. Anakwambia kama time umepigwa ama umelose, unakuja home you ask yourself so many questions, unajiambia mbona ama ni quit tu kucheza, like you beat yourself.
Inafika mahali ni kama you feature the whole match ndio umeshindwa, ni kama ina play tu bado kwa mind yako.
Then she tells you it will be okay, wewe enda upige mazoezi, you go, kama ni gym go to the gym, kama ni zoea kuambia usiskip. I think family plays a very big role in the success,
and especially when you have somebody who can embrace.
Yes.
Unajua kuna watu wengine probably hata yeye sports bana haelewi, so yeye anashangaa huyu mtu kila siku bana. So being also my my wife has a background of sports, ilikuwa easier.
She understood everything. Now, will transition now from handball and you became a coach. You are coaching Black Mamba and assisting in coaching at
Nairobi Water.
Nairobi Water. What are the key things that you are trying to pass to these people that you are coaching?
You see, my especially naweza sema tu experiences zile nimekuwa nazo.
Yes.
So whatever you've learned, whatever extra you had, hiyo ndio unajaribu kuimpact sana kwa utapata Black Mamba, Nairobi Water. That you see, you can be a very good player, but there are some little things that you are not exposed to that make that big difference. So hizo ideas unapata, inaweza sema ni kama ujanja za handball. Hizo maujanja za handball kidogo ndio unajaribu kuimpact kwa wachezaji so that they are good, but for them to be seen to be that extra special, kuna zile vitu unajaribu kuimpact kwao.
Do you deal with the players at individual level? Okay, of course there are some coaches who approach the game as a whole team, and there are some coaches who would go to address an individual at a personal level, so that when this individual, for example you Todi, kuna kitu yako wewe ni mzuri kushoot, nikuje ni kuaddress at kushoot. Kuna msemo ni mzuri communication tu at defense, nikuje ni approach at that, so tukicombine zote zinakuwa kama team. Or what is your main
focus? My main focus actually I like that when we are moving,
yes,
we are moving as a whole. So that when you are good at something, I'll work on your strength, but at the end of the day I want you to be able to complement these others. No. So that isiwe wewe ni mzuri tu kwa jump shot peke yake, ama wewe ni mzuri tu kwa to make the right decision. Nataka kila mtu awe na hiyo. That you can be able to make that jump shot, uwe wholesome, you can be able to break through in between, you can be able to jump from a fan shoot. Naona hiyo strength yako na I appreciate, na una work to more kui better so that you don't lose it. Naona, but aside from that, hizi vitu zingine pia lazima uwe nazo. So for me, I normally don't focus with one individual, I focus with the whole team. So that when we are moving, if we are not there, then we are not there, all of us. But if we are there all of us, it becomes easier kuwewe kumanage team kama coach. Because when you are struggling, utapata, of course kwa game utapata saa nyingine these things are not working, you are struggling na uko na your best players kwa kiwanja, but at some point you can be able to make a decision, let this guy rest, wacha niingize huyu who can be able to produce the same result na huyo mwingine, ama na big that sasa yeye yuko fresh anaweza make better. Unaona? So mimi wana focus, wacha kila mtu awe kama tuko atapa wote. And with that inakusaidia kuperform better na kuwin championship, because huyu mchezaji mmoja huyu utafocus na yeye atakuwa mzuri ndio, but unapata huyu haizi kubeba yeye peke yake. Makocha wengine watamsoma. Unaona? So coach mwingine akimsoma, wewe uko na nini extra ya kuofa kwa hiyo team? Neza point out ya kwamba ule pia anaweza produce same result na huyu. So huyu hata kimaniwa nikiweka huyu bado huyu atafanya nini? Ataperform. Na inafaa kwa hivyo. So for me I normally focus on everyone. So that when we're improving from the goalkeeper, we improve sisi wote.
Now you to the younger Todi, huyu kijana mwenye anatamani kuachieve all these things, what advice would you give yourself if you were to go back 10 years from now or 20 years from now? What advice would you give yourself? either in terms of general life or in the approach of the game, what advice would you give to your younger self?
The advice that I would give to my younger self,
Hmm.
probably just to remain as humble as I used to be and ensure that in everything I do, I make the best out of it. So that when you're giving something, like now, giving something as a coach, you're giving it to the best of your ability. Just ensure that at the end of the day you give, because mimi wana view vitu hivi ya kwamba one day it is a fact ya kwamba nitakufa, na nikikufa nikiwa pale hivyo sasa, God ananiuliza kwani nikupatie kazi mimi nifanye nini? I can be able to show kwamba hii talent ulinipatia nilimpatia watu, unaona, na nilipatia na yangu yote, unaona, hakuna kitu
niliacha
hold back, na unaweza attest kwamba nili life za sasa vile unaona as a coach, sasa vile unaona mchezaji wako amefika kwa national team, sasa unaona mchezaji wako ameenda kucheza nje, una feel yani hiyo ndio fulfillment kwamba I did something to impact in this journey ya Italy.
Could you please utuambie the role of discipline in your journey, your growth to the point yenye uko right now?
All I can say is that being disciplined imenifungulia milango mingi, and of course you see with discipline ndio ilifanya nikaficha hata kwa hiyo the national team. The fact that you see now the coach can be able to see how you behave, unaona, and with your talent anaona he's more easy working with you, so ilinifungulia hiyo milango. Also now being at work, unaona, zile levels rise at work is because of this. The fact that you every day you wake up in the morning, you go to work, you're never absent, whatever your duties, you execute them perfectly. Then so with that, I was a meter reader. From meter reader, I became a disconnection assistant, I became a marketing assistant, then I rose to a revenue supervisor. Currently, I'm a sports supervisor, handling issues, matters sports in the company.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now that's quite an awesome journey. The fact that discipline wase wengi ama watu wengi, they tend to just do things because for the sake of doing it. And the fact that you have a story whereby through the discipline that you acquired in sports, you've carried the same into your job sector, you may rise through the ranks to the point penye uko saizi. It shows that indeed discipline is everyone that naongea na yeye anasema discipline. So big up and congratulations. As we come to the close of this episode, the previous guests alikuwa na swali and he asked, how can you advise a small kid or a youth to deal with a loss? In this case, we can say a loss of someone or a loss of property too. How can you advise someone to deal with loss?
All I can say is that in everyday life, it's much with gains and losses. See, loss gains and losses. So in the event that a loss has happened, the only good thing is that you accept it and you walk away. way through it and walk away from it. Usikae nayo sana. If it's a loss of time, of course, you accept who and with passage of time, your pain again in seat. So that is all I can say.
And now that time inakuja, when you give yourself time, for example, it's a loss of someone. By the way, someone close. Personally, mimi sijajua kuhandle loss kabisa, because I've never experienced the loss of someone close. But I believe going through those stages and accepting, actually, the last bit of dealing with the loss, it's accepting. The moment you accept that hii kitu imefanyika, I think it gives you peace.
When there's also what you think after.
Yeah.
But yes, this is somebody who has gone. But where has it gone? You believe if you have faith, like people like us,
yeah,
believe that he's in a better place.
Yes.
So that he's in a better place, close to his creator.
Now, what question do you have for the next guest?
My question would be, now that of course, if you are a sportsman and you've been there, you've shown your talent, you were probably into coaching, you've got many, you've had successes, you've retired. Now, as you probably walk out of your sport, my question would be, what is it in for you that you return to God?
You return to?
That you return to God. That God has granted you that talent. He has been with you. He's made you be able to achieve whatever you've achieved. If he has made you, probably if you are popular, he's made you popular, you've been there, you've appreciated everything that he's given. What have you to give him now? That is my question.
Wow. I think that is a question that will form a very good conversation with the next guest. So, hey Sangoro, thank you so much. We as Active Plan, we appreciate the time that you've set to be part of this journey, and we do not take it for granted. I understand that your journey imekuwa na so much growth that someone out there, a young talent, the guys in the National League, they have an opportunity to learn so much from you. And I believe through this conversation that we've had, someone will look at it and draw some lessons. For example, the role of discipline, the role of humility, the role of having someone to lead you at the point when you don't know. These are some of the things that we have drawn from this conversation. So thank you so much, and I wish you well in your retirement journey and also in the coaching journey. And just on the flip side, congratulations on winning the ECAF with the Nairobi Water ladies team. It's a big honor for you to be in that position. So guys, thank you so much, and Sangoro for you. Yes. So I would like you guys to subscribe. From the statistics that I have, you can see that we are getting around 200 views, and out of the 200 views, we get like around 10% of you guys have subscribed. If we can raise this percentage to 50% of you guys, it will be an honor for us that we work together in this journey. Thank you so much, and this is the Active Plan podcast.